Hello everyone, welcome back to this cozy mess. This is Tina. Today we are working on getting the 3 plots set up on Danville, and Flo taught me reactions, which is really nice. So now I can at least wave by at the end of videos instead of just running off screen. Um, but yeah, the main goal for today is to just get the 3 plots for the villagers set up so we can progress the game. We did find Gladys at the end of my last video, but then I just autofill the other 2 plots because I think I only have like a couple hundred miles, um, and not very many bells. Not that bells really matter so much for getting enough miles tickets, but also the shop is built, so I go in to say hi to Mabel so I can get her coming to my island, um, because I am excited to get the portal to get custom designs. It took me a second to remember the name. Also, I'm just cleaning up the beaches, getting all my shells. I got the plain wood and chop sign, which is such an awesome recipe to get so early on. I was really happy about that one. I don't know if I'll use it too much on this island, but if you're like me, you still get excited about like the recipes you really like using, like when you get them so easily. I remember on my first island, it was so hard to get the cutting board recipe for so that I could make the iron kitchen or ironwood kitchen, whatever it's called. I ended up like amiiboing in normal villagers until one of them gave me that recipe, like to my campsite. If you don't know, when you amiibo someone into your campsite, um, they ask for like a recipe. They give you a recipe to make, and if you give them the recipe, or if you make the item for them 3 times, like on 3 separate days, then you can ask them to move to your island, and you get to kick out whoever you want. So I just started amiiboing in like all the normal villagers I had cards for at the time to try to get one of them to give me the cutting board recipe. And it was finally Sally that gave it to me, so I actually moved her onto my island. Um, and she's the only villager I've ever gotten a photo from. Um, because she was on my island, I like talked to her every day. This was my first ever island. Um, like I gave her gifts, all because she gave me the cutting board recipe so that I could finally have a kitchen. um, but yeah, I have a few of these spaces set around my island where I just have like stuff piled up. Um, a trick if you're trying to get to 3 stars quickly is to just put everything you get, either out of balloons, from the shop, from villagers, put them somewhere on your island, and um, it counts as kind of decorating, so you can kind of cheese your way to 3 stars and get like terraforming and stuff faster. I also went ahead and placed the bridge. I crafted that and placed it so I could get the 3 plots from Tom Nook and all the recipes. With the update, it's really nice now. They have a tab, like when you go into your crafting bench, they have like a tab for all the things you need for the plots. So it makes it a lot easier to craft everything. But I was also running short on materials, so I went ahead and hit my rocks. I might have chopped some wood. I can't remember for sure. Oh, that was my first gold nugget. um, I've never once on any island made the mask. Like when you get your first golden nugget and you get that recipe, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but for like the Egyptian style mask, I've never once made that. I've seen something about it causing bad luck and you can like trip when you're holding a balloon. I've also never tripped on any island ever. Although I can't say I've really ever run around carrying a balloon. I've always been curious to try it, but I just don't really know how it works or even if it still works. Um, so I was talking about like how you place all your items around when you're trying to get to 3 stars. I heard another creator refer to it as like trash pile. I think that creator just had like one big pile of all the items. I currently on this island have like just a bunch of different areas where I have a bunch of stuff set up. I think I start one later in this video like next to the shop. So every time I go in and buy things from the shop, I just walk out and kind of add it to that pile there. And then I'll just have to clean it all up like after I get to 3 stars and can start flattening and then building this island back up. I am still working on like finalizing the villagers that I want on this island. I would love to know if you watched my last video, what your opinions were on some of the characters I was struggling with, especially Baljeet. If you have any ideas for like a villager that just screams Baljeet to you, I would love to hear who it is. And so I'm just lining up all the plots like kind of behind where Nook's Cranny is. They won't stay there, but it is really hard to get those plots like on the beach, so you do have to put them somewhere. And then this way, once the bridge is built, like they're super easy to access. Like I just go across the bridge, all the houses are there, Nook's Cranny is there. Hopefully that makes all my dailies a little bit easier, because I do still try to talk to my villagers every day, even if I'm not super concerned about like being best friends or getting photos or anything. I do still try to talk to everyone every day, and then of course like get the recipes and things like that. I keep going into Nook's Cranny just like to sell off random things in my pockets, so I have more room. But oh, this is where I was talking about. Oh no, I made a ladder because usually what I do when I go to my first Nook Miles Island for like when I'm trying to get iron nuggets for the shop, I will grab flowers so that I don't have to worry about making the ladder when I'm trying to set up the plots. But I just forgot. I had lilies on at least one of the islands I went to, but I forgot that they were my native flower. But that's what I was talking about, how there's now like a requests tab where you can just build everything you need for the plots, and then once you build it, it disappears. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, have I made this yet or not? So that's super nice. I wouldn't have known that they added that if I hadn't restarted because obviously on my other island, I'm like way past this part. But I think that is like a really nice kind of quality of life thing that wasn't really mentioned, but is just part of the game now. So this plot that I'm filling now is for the lazy villager. I have done this so many times. Before they had like the requests tab, I just knew like what furniture was for like what plot. Like there's a few different sets you can get as far as the DIYs. Like on this island I got the art island, oh my gosh. The iron garden chair and iron garden table for the peppy villager, but sometimes you get like the natural table and natural chair. But I've had all of the variations. So I kind of have it memorized like what furniture you need, which one goes to which house. Right now I'm crafting for the peppy villager since I do already I know who the normal villager is going to be. Since we found her on one of the 2 islands we went to. So yeah, just getting all that placed. And then I think I needed to go chop some wood because I don't think I had enough wood for to finish the furniture for the normal villager's house. Yeah, I think after I make the bed, I don't have enough for the chair. Oh no. So maybe I didn't have to go chop any wood. So I just get everything placed and then I go talk to Tom Nook and let, like I said, the first 2 plots autofill. And I was actually really surprised because even though I just got all of the furniture placed at the same time, Gladys ends up being the first one to move in. I guess because I actually found her on an island instead of just letting, fate. Usually the lazy villager is the first one to move in since that's plot one. But in a second, we'll go see who we got, and I'm excited to tell you guys. I actually feel like I got really lucky with the autofills on this island. Um, I was very, very happy with who I got. Oh no, I'm chopping some wood. I'm not sure why. Maybe I was missing something? So I got anchovy for my lazy and pom pom for my peppy. I love anchovy. I think he's so cute. I've never had him on an island. And I am kind of conflicted because I think that anchovy looks wise could be a good villager for like the Baljeet character. But if you've ever watched Phineas and Ferb, like I really just don't feel like the lazy personality type fits Baljeet, if that makes sense. Um, you can see there I have like a 4 panel thing of custom codes. That's not even going to be useful to this island. It was just something I wanted to test out for another island I had in mind. And I just wanted to see if it would work. So that'll be going away at some point. Um, and then for Pom Pom, I did not have any plans to have like Pom Pom on this island, but um, I thought Pom Pom would be a really good fit for one of the Fireside Girls. She looks a lot like Gretchen. Gretchen has like a bob, kind of red haircut and wears glasses. And like I feel like Peppy kind of works for the Fireside Girls. And so I'm actually thinking I might keep Pom Pom and let her just be kind of like a side character. Um, as long as I don't feel like I need the space for someone else. So let me know if you have any fun plans for this weekend. I think we're gonna try to take it a little easy. We have 3 kids, so I feel like we end up busy a lot on the weekends. um, and so sometimes it's really nice to not really have to do anything. I wanted to cut down all the trees in front of the houses so that you can see them better and I don't have to like run around them. I think some of those were fruit trees, but it's okay. I do think between this video and my next video, I move all my trees around. I don't know if you have seen Boys Crossing, you watch their videos, but they have like a long play channel. And I was watching on that island, they kind of centralized all their trees into one spot to make it easier to like chop wood. And I really like that idea. So I moved all my fruit trees to the same area and I moved all my hardwood trees to the same area. I haven't really touched my, what are they called? The pine trees. I can't think of the name right now for them. Um, I haven't done anything with those yet. I think I was mainly gonna wait until I flatten the island. I want to get rid of all the lilies. Um, Lilies are not my favorite flowers, so I will not be using them. And then I just started time traveling to get everyone moved in. Was very happy to see Mabel here on like the first day she could be there. Uh, the last island I had a really hard time getting her to show up the first time. And also my museum opened today, so I work on getting some stuff donated. That reminds me, I need to do some diving like off screen so that I can donate those and get Brewster as soon as I hit 3 stars. In order to get Brewster, you have to have at least one of everything donated. And then Teddy was my first crafting villager. He gave me a stacked wood wall, which again, I feel like is a really good recipe. I don't know if I'll use it at all for any of the houses, but I really like that one. And I talked to Flo. I think I see Harv. Yeah, I go to talk to Harv. I did go off camera to Harv's Island and do the scanned in amiibos for all the Sanrio characters, the Legend of Zelda characters, and the Splatoon characters, just so I could have all those items. I don't know if I'll use any of them. I did just recently see on Instagram the Splatoon has like that 3 set of like screens, and someone was using them. You can like customize the screen with custom codes, and someone used like put window codes or whatever on them and used them to make fake buildings, and they looked really cool and they light up so it looks like your windows are lit up. So I might try to do that for if I have any fake building builds that they would work well with. Outside of that, I'm not sure if I will use many of those, but I still wanted to have them just in case. And then I also did the customization workshop, just trying to get everything move forward in the game. Uh, Mabel did not have a great selection today. I did get a couple things. I know you only have to buy one thing each time she visits. I ended up getting the like cowboy style hat. There's an episode of Phineas and Ferb where they go to like a little uh kind of farm type thing where they have like a little corral. They like walk the horses around in a circle. Anyway, they end up having to like herd cattle through all of Danville. So I was like, well, if I want to try to make like a horse or cattle area in reference to that episode, maybe the cowboy hats would be a good thing to have. Um, and then Teddy was crafting again. I think he was my crafter every single day on this video. And I thought it was funny that he gave me the stacked wood wall and then the firewood. But I was like, at least he's, on a theme. He's sticking to a theme. And like I said, I just try to talk to everyone every day. I'll get my money tree. I haven't gone to a treasure island yet. I do plan to go to a treasure island and get like my storage fully, or get bells so that I can get my storage fully upgraded, and just have room. I probably will put a lot of trees and stuff in storage until I decide what exactly I want to do with the island. Like I said, I do have a ton of ideas, but um, it's just not nothing's 100% set in stone. And here's where I'm talking about where I kind of set up my second quote unquote trash pile of stuff I bought from Nook's Cranny. And like I said in the last video, I would love if you would leave a comment and let me know if there's any builds you would like to see. Like if you're a Phineas and Ferb fan, I'd love to know if there's anything you're hoping to see me build. I also had red for the first time, so I went ahead and picked up, I think, a solemn painting. The first time red is on your island, everything is genuine. So, I got that. And then this was the last day we got Pom Pom moved in. So, I think I'm gonna skip the day that resident services is closed. So in the next video, we'll start with resident services being built and seeing Isabel for the first time, which is exciting. Like I said, Teddy was the goat crafter this episode. I got some cute little things you can like hold. Like I got the nice branch, and then I got the leaf, which I think goes in your mouth. Which I'm like not super helpful, but still fun, I guess. I do love Teddy. I wish I had like a role for him so I could leave him on this island. But yeah, I met Pom Pom and I was like, man, she really seems like she'd make a great fireside girl. So hopefully you know who I'm talking about when I say she would make a great Gretchen. So like I said, I would just love to hear like if there's anything you're hoping to see on this island, if you've seen Phineas and Ferb, if there's anything you're hoping I can try to bring to life through these builds. The main one I've been focusing on right now is Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. I feel like I have a pretty good idea for how I want to build that building if it works. I do want to kind of try to test it out. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching me and my chaotic little slice of Animal Crossing content. I just hope you all have an amazing weekend and amazing rest of the week. Bye.